Welcome to Pharmac's Social Media Analytics Cast. My name is Tanmay and I work with Pharmac as a Social Media Analytics Manager.
Hi, I'm Rohit and I am the Product Director at Pharmac.
Today we'll talk about three things. First of all, how pharma and healthcare companies have slowly but surely started using social media and how that engagement goes well beyond the basic customer engagement. Secondly, how the process of social media monitoring and analysis has evolved and how is it becoming more structured and more defined and more importantly insight oriented. And thirdly, what are some of the recent revolutionary examples of companies using social media to their strategic advantage.
Pharma industry is a highly regulated industry which explains its conservative nature. Despite ample regulatory barriers, pharma marketeers haven't merely stood by. There are lots of examples where pharma companies have used social media not just for engagement but also for strategic decision making. Let's take a look at a few of these examples.
A good example of customer engagement by a pharma company using social media would be a live Twitter chat recently conducted by AstraZeneca for promoting their prescription assistance program. We can also cite Sanofi, who were very active in the ADA Scientific Session Conference earlier in San Diego. In fact, Sanofi was one of the most active Twitter accounts and they took up various activities such as inviting people to their events, dispersing ideas, asking for feedback. They also spread information about events sponsored by Sanofi such as Dribble to Stop Diabetes with former NBA player Chris Dudley. They also posted the daily highlights of the conference through their blog. So this was briefly how pharma companies can use social media for customer engagement. Going further, there are great examples of customer education using social media. For instance, an excellent example of educational program using social media is Boehringer Ingelheim's recent 1 million initiative on Facebook. This initiative is about generating crowdsourced and crowd-voted ideas for educating people and raising awareness about stroke due to atrial fibrillation. The 32 winning ideas will receive a funding of 1 million euros from BI, and this is how they are using social media to educate the masses about the risk of stroke due to atrial fibrillation. An example of strategic use of social media could be BMS. BMS studied the social media data for efficacy and safety profiles of compounds as discussed by patients on social media platforms. With insights from these sentiment monitoring activities, they designed the follow-up studies and phase 4 trials that would potentially yield results that would better inform the customers on appropriate usage of the medicines. Having cited all these great examples from social media, it is also important to say that the process is not as easy as it looks. Due to the unstructured nature of data in social media, there are inherent challenges with data collection, monitoring and analysis. But the listening platforms are surely improving. Let's hear from Rohit on the listening platforms.
So we all know that the most important part of any social media strategy would be to listen first. Now this involves studying the existing landscape for social media for a particular disease area or a particular brand or for a particular geography or globally, or you may be looking for comparative intelligence information or market research related information. And this is either done through targeted manual searches in Google and specific discussion forums, or it could be done through automated listening platforms. And there are a lot of them out there, like Radian6, Symphony, Semantally, Simplify 360. All of them have their own pros and cons, and these are around data relevance, the depth of data source coverage, the customization ability, the reporting ability, the price, and so on and so forth. However, besides ensuring good data coverage, another very significant factor is human intelligence. Making sense of the data collected, classifying it in the most appropriate manner. This is all essential to a strong insights generation. On our client engagements, we recommend that these be looked at from the perspective of a process rather than as a static snapshot in time based on an event. This is what helps them gain long-term insights. Now, the other important aspect of listening is that you can't expect that you will get answers to all the questions. You can't begin with, these are my 5 objectives and all of them need to be fulfilled through the listening process. It won't happen that way. Conversely, there will always be information that will be very insightful, which one would discover during the listening process and would not have had thought about it at the beginning. We will focus on these social media monitoring and analysis in our future social media analytics casts. But for now, let's take a look at a couple of revolutionary examples in the field of social media by pharma companies.
There are many innovative ways to engage stakeholders using social media. Due to the ubiquity of the medium and its growing use by almost all sections of the society, its reach is remarkable. Recently, Roche engaged the diabetic online community on the bylines of ADA Scientific Sessions conference in San Diego by organizing Roche Diabetes Social Media Summit. They paid for and invited at least 37 diabetic bloggers with substantial online influence to the summit and held discussions with them on various topics. Their effort was aimed at knowing the patients better, and their efforts earned the company great reputation within the diabetes online community that essentially reaches out to millions of diabetics across the US. We found blogs thanking Roche for this initiative, and Twitter was buzzing with praises for Roche. This is a large-scale and long-term effort for actively engaging the diabetic online community by Roche. Even under the strict regulatory environment, we increasingly are seeing companies such as Pfizer trying out some of their core strategic processes online. One such example would be online trial being conducted by Pfizer for Detrol, their oral medication for incontinence or overactive bladder treatment. Most activities of this trial will be done online. Although the entire trial is not based on social media, use of social media for spreading information and recruiting patients with the right medical conditions cannot be undermined. This can potentially save substantial costs for Pfizer as compared to the traditional methods for recruitment for clinical trials. This will also shorten the length of the trial and save on logistics costs. This way, companies can bring drugs faster to the market and gain a competitive advantage.
So in this webcast, we saw some great examples of how pharma companies are using social media to their advantage. We also touched upon the listening aspect in social media. In our next social media analytics cast, we will elaborate on some of the tactical things companies can do to obtain insights-oriented output through the listening process.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next episode of our webcast.